Hello, my name is Maria from mathmammoth.com. In this video, we're going to look at some special situations with equations. Let's solve this one that I have here. Okay, we have parentheses, so we need to use the distributive property here. Minus 8x plus 16 and the rest. Over here, I will combine these. Over here now, again, combine these. Minus 8x plus 3x minus 5x. And 16 minus 7 equals 9. And this stays the same here. Okay, what do we see? There's the same thing on both left and right sides. I could still continue. The standard technique would be to add 5x to both sides, right? Then we are left with 9 equals 9. That is a true equation. All is well in a sense. But if you think about it, no matter what value I give x, whether 0, 1, 2, 3, whatever, this will be true. Because whatever the value of this is, this will have the same value. These two sides are always going to be equal no matter what value x has. These kind of equations are called identities. An equation that is true for all values of the variables in it is called an identity, and it has an infinite number of solutions. Any value of x is a solution. Here's another special situation. Let's see what happens now. Again, I need to get rid of these parentheses on this side, so 3 minus x plus 2. Here is 8x minus 9x minus x plus 6. Then, okay, 3 plus 2. I can simplify, so it's minus x plus 5. We can already see that this is a little special, right? There's almost the same thing, but 6 and 5. If I add x to both sides, then we are left with 6 equals 5. Now that's a false equation. No matter what value x has, we're going to get a false equation. And so there's no solutions at all. This equation has no solutions. And you can always spot such an equation, because if you simplify everything like that, you end up with the false equation in the end. Just like you can always spot these equations that have an infinite number of solutions by the fact that in the end, you have an equation that is a number equals the same number, okay? And the variables have disappeared. It's a true equation and there's no x's, no variables. Okay, here are some facts about linear equations. Let's read it together. An equation with one variable is a linear equation if it can be written in the form ax plus b equals 0, where a and b are real numbers and x is the variable. And then when plotted, the graph of this linear equation is a line. That's where it gets its name. And every linear equation falls into one of these categories. It has one solution, or it has no solutions, or it has an infinite number of solutions. It is an identity. Now let's look at these equations and try to determine which classification they fall into without actually solving them. These all are a little bit similar because they have 8x here on both sides, or at least on one side. So here's 8x, 8x. I could subtract 8x from both sides and be left with minus 6 equals minus 3. That's a false equation, so no solutions. Here is 8x and 5x on the other side then. And in the last one we have 8x on both sides. So once again, if I subtracted 8x, those would disappear. And I would be left with minus 3 equals minus 3. So this one has infinite number of solutions. So would this one then have one solution? Yes, that's how it works out. If we subtract 5x from both sides, we have 3x then over here, and then also subtract 2 from both sides, we get 3x equals minus 5, and you know, as usual, you can divide and get just a single number as an answer. Now it's your turn. Classify this one. What kind of equation is it? How many solutions does it have? All right, let's subtract 5x from both sides. Okay, and then subtract 2 from both sides. Then what? Can you see how many solutions it has? We can still go on normally, divide by 3. X equals 0 divided by 3, 0. That's a single solution. This equation has just one solution. I might add, it might fool you in the beginning because it is the +2 on both sides. It's the same thing on both sides. But that's not the term with variable, that's just a constant. So it doesn't become an equation with an infinite number or no solutions. Just a normal linear equation with one solution. Modify this equation so that it has an infinite number of solutions. Okay, if I work out these parentheses, there would be 2x plus 6 on this side, 2x plus 5. That would leave it to be 6 equals 5, right? After subtracting 2x. So that means right now it's an equation with no solutions. But how would we change it? So it would have an infinite number of solutions? You remember, we will need to end up with an equation which is like 9 equals 9, minus 7 equals minus 7, or something like that. This side is 2x plus 6. So we need this side also to be 2x plus 6. Or otherwise modify this side to become 2x plus 5. So one way to do this is to add 1 here. Now it has an infinite number of solutions. Another way, if we modify this side and leave this side to be 2x plus 5, we could take this and subtract 1. And now again, they are perfectly identical on both sides after simplification, and there would be an infinite number of solutions. Okay, I hope you got the same. And we're all done with this lesson.